And well, hello there everyone, and thank you very much for visiting my channel at Silver Cabin. Okay, so I'm pretty happy about that. You could probably hear in the background I've got the heater going, the diesel heater, and it's toasty warm in here. It was chilly this morning. It was also kind of foggy, and I've got it running at full blast, and that's something I do for about half an hour just to clear everything out, and so far it's working great. This would be the second winter that I have the diesel heater running. I do have a diesel heater sort of like set of videos, information, not an install video, because again, you know, at the time I was just trying to get stuff done, and I really didn't think I'd be making videos such as this one. So yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. It is it's fall and it's cold, and it was raining last week, and it's probably going to rain some more this week, and I think it's just going to get colder and colder, and apparently there's going to be a snowfall happening this month, so I'm looking to change out my winter tires like I do every year. So I've got that ready, and I just have to schedule that. The other thing that I'm thinking as well right now is my battery system. I noticed that when I'm running the diesel heater at full blast, that it's just under 12 volts. So it's like 11.8, 11.9. I don't ever recall seeing that, and I'm wondering if it's because the batteries have degraded somehow, because I have been using it quite a bit, but I've tried to maintain as much as possible a full charge on it. I do have a DC to DC charger that charges the battery as I drive, and I also have solar. So that's a bit new to me, and you know, the batteries weren't expensive. They're Golf batteries, so you know, you can only expect so much, I guess, out of them, right? They're not what most van lifers use as a full-out battery. It'd be great to get lithium, although I don't have a whole lot of experience on how to set that up. But how difficult can it be? As long as I get my connections checked out, you know, I do have a couple of friends who are electricians, and you know, they'll check out my connections and make sure that, hey, this thing's not going to be an issue. And the other thing is just make sure everything is fused properly. Again, I'm not a professional at doing any of this, so you know, take my words with a grain of salt. If you're unsure about anything on any of this stuff, you know, seek the help of a professional, and that'll probably help you out a lot better than I would. So at this point, I built up my van. The easiest part for me, or rather the most difficult part, was the electrical. The easiest part for me was just sort of decorating it, making it look pretty. So I was happy about that. A few other things I'm looking at right now is the van tour. The van tour has been a nebulous thing for me, just because in the previous video I did mention that I've been extremely busy taking courses in computer sciences, data structures, algorithms. I'm doing a bit of calculus as well, so just refreshers, just to sort of like get myself back into it again. I am looking to do some remote work, programming work, and what's great is I landed a temporary gig, which I'm really excited about. And well, it's not 100% yet, but I think it's probably going to happen, so I'm happy about that. You know, it's not a huge amount of time investment, but it's also going to get me sort of back up and running, and obviously with the goal of being able to travel and work at the same time, do some remote work. I'm not sure of the timeline of any of this. I'm not in a hurry. I'm pretty satisfied with how things are nowadays, with how my life is going. You know, like anything else, it could always be better, right? But hey, well, there's this movie called As Good as It Gets. I don't know if you've ever seen it, with that Jack Nicholson, and that was the title of the movie, As Good as It Gets. And sometimes our lives are like that. This is as good as it gets at this time, and I really believe if you put in some consistent efforts, if you're determined, if you plan it out, and you just keep going, and you're gonna fail, but if you don't give up, I think at some point you're gonna hit some success, and things will be better for you. And the other thing is, don't be stupid. Do your work. do your work when you're supposed to do it. I think, everyone can make a list, everyone can make a task list, but literally getting up and doing it, that's the most difficult part. Anyone can make a list and say, I'm going to do this, but being able to sort of do the like mundane tasks, the boring stuff, and most people, they really only care about the results, and I'm okay with that. It's sort of like, what's that expression? Nobody wants to see the labor, they want to see the baby. Yeah, and well, unfortunately sometimes no one wants to see a baby, right? Well, that's awful. But in the case of a van build, I think van lifers, they want to see the build, the labor, and they also want to see the final result. So we're a different bunch that way, and I think we're not the only ones. I'm sure there's other groups out there that want to see the whole concept from concept to the design to build, and then from the final product. One thing I can think of right now is, I remember seeing some stuff on this thing called cosplay, and they would make these really intricate costumes, and some of them are just so amazing, like legit looks real. I saw this Iron Man costume that this person made, and it was just incredible, and it looked like the real thing, right? And it was made out of EVA foam, so that's pretty cool. And I think there's a lot of stuff that you can do with it. Anyway, I just wanted to just chime in and say hi, hello, and do another sort of van talk, van chat kind of thing, and just to sort of keep in touch with you guys. And yes, I'm going to start doing that van tour. I keep promising it, and things just keep coming up. But what's coming up is at least in Canada, is the Thanksgiving long weekend, and hopefully it's not going to rain. And even if I do a partial video, if I do bit by bit, like anything else, it'll get done, right? So yeah, getting advice from a guy who can't even do a van tour video. So I'm feeling silly. Yeah, so bit by bit, right? But it's the important stuff that you have to do, right? There's some stuff that you don't have to do. I'm always making sure that I don't do something that feels productive but doesn't actually get me closer to my goal. And that's a dangerous, I think that's a concern when it comes to like social media. Sometimes people are doing stuff, or they're clicking on buttons and stuff, feeling productive, but it's not really getting them closer to their goal. And sometimes the best thing that can happen is just step away from it, right? But don't step away from this video yet. I'm kidding. But sometimes you just have to step away, get a social media break, do some social media fasting, and go out there and do stuff, right? For example, one of the things I do on a weekly basis is I go for a walk. I don't check my phone. I just listen to some music, and I'm walking for about 45 minutes to an hour, and it's easy, and it's good for your body, it's great for your mood, and so on and so forth. Okay, I am totally done. If you like this video, please like it. If you have any comments, please send me your comments. And if you think this channel is somehow worthy of your time, even for a minute or maybe an hour, I'm not sure, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I thank you all for your support. And again, I always say, remember, you're awesome. And one other thing, yes, I did cut out the music at the very end, just because I can't find it anymore. I have to go download it. But not just that, I think it was good. It had its good run, and every so often maybe I'll reintroduce it again, and because I don't think we really need it at this point. But if you like the music, let me know. If you like that music, I do include it in the description, and in previous videos you'll hear it, and it's got my little tagline where it says, oh, please subscribe, and so on and so forth. So that might be something that I might keep. I'm not really sure. I'm looking forward to 2022, see where that goes. I've got some expectations, right? And I also have some planning to do. And hopefully part of that planning will include me going on a road trip. If this van actually lasts as long as it has. So far, it's, can I use that expression, knock on wood, it's working out really well. And now the great thing about this van is that I can take all this stuff and move it to another Dodge Grand Caravan. So I built it in such a way. The roof might be a bit of a trick, but it's still possible. About 95% of this van I can take away. Okay, I am totally done, and thank you very much. And remember, you are awesome. Bye-bye.